Have you ever wondered how to approach and have a conversation about your business with an influencer, like a super influencer who has lots of subscribers or lots of followers on social media? Because let's just face it, if you could recruit an influencer and have them talking about or using your products or services, you could explode your business in a massive way. Just think Oprah. Okay, maybe Oprah is a little too famous for your product or service, or maybe even to start a conversation with you. However, you never know. But what about just somebody who has hundreds of thousands of followers, even on Instagram? Do you think that that could maybe stir up some fast business for you? Well, in this episode, I'm going to teach you exactly how to approach these influencers and get them excited and interested in what it is that you're promoting. So stay tuned. Welcome to episode 162. My name's Tanya Aliza, and I help entrepreneurs and network marketers create success fast while most importantly designing a lifestyle that you love. So if you're new here, consider subscribing because I put out a brand new training episode and free resource for you and your business each and every week. So before we dive into how to approach these influencers, I want to debunk some false beliefs that you might have. False belief number one: you have to be successful before any influencer will pay attention to you, even in the slightest. This is completely untrue. So whether you're just getting started in your business and have not created 1 ounce of success yet, or maybe you're super successful, it does not matter to the influencer at all whatsoever. A couple of reasons why. You can always lean on stories, other people's stories for credibility, but more importantly, it is not about you. And I'm going to share with you some scripts that'll help you understand this in a bigger way, but it's not about you. It's not about what you've done. It's not about what you're doing. It's about the influencer that you're talking to. It's about how to hit their hot buttons, and it's how to help them with their audience. It really has nothing to do with you. False belief number two: influencers make way too much money to even pay attention to what you're offering. So this is the funniest thing that most people don't understand. Some people come out and they're like, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I want to start an Instagram account because I want to become YouTube famous, or I want to become Instagram famous, and I want to make lots of money. I want to make millions of dollars. And then they realize that when they implement and they go online and they start this big Instagram account, or they start a YouTube account, they don't understand how to monetize the platform. And most people come out and they're like, I'm going to get rich on Google AdWords or YouTube advertising. And then they realize after they go down that path for a little while that they're not making any money. So if you can understand how to entertain what it is that they really want and how to help them get there, and I'm going to share with you in this episode how to do that, if you can give them a very cool strategic plan where they can finally make money with their efforts, you can look like their absolute hero. So false belief: not all influencers that are out there that have huge audiences make a huge income, but they want to. So this is where you come in as their hero. Okay, so I want to share a quick story with you so you can understand how powerful this concept is for your business. So there are many different network marketing companies that exist out there with great, fabulous, amazing products. Now, there happens to be a network marketing company out there that some of my friends and colleagues are in, and their main product line has to do with hair care. Okay, so it's all about hair. And there is this influencer on YouTube that I've actually followed for many, many, many years, and her name is Elle Bangs. And she specifically has built her brand and specialty around educating and doing blonde hair styles, or hair color, I guess you could say, right? So I'm obviously, blonde, and so I tune into her channel, and I have been for many years, and she's got really great tips on, how to manage and take care of blonde hair and how to get that blonde that you're really looking for. She's really great. And one day I tuned into her YouTube channel, and all of a sudden I noticed that she was promoting this network marketing company now, and it was perfectly suited for her brand and for her audience, because a network marketing company's products had everything to do with hair care. And her audience knew her as somebody who gave education and training on hair. So it was a very congruent and seamless transition for her to add this to her brand and add this multiple stream of income to what it is that she was doing. And do you not think that somebody who has hundreds of thousands of followers and subscribers on YouTube, if they actually did a shout out about, a recommendation or suggestion on something, they would get hundreds and hundreds of sales right off the bat? So this story, whoever ended up signing up Elle Bangs and recruiting her, saw a huge spike of volume and a continued revenue stream from having this influencer see the value in what it is that they were doing, saw it as a perfect fit for their audience, and then started promoting it. And then Elle added a really great extra stream of income to her brand, and she helps her audience, her current audience that she already had, with great, amazing products. And it was truly a win-win scenario. So this is just the power of what can happen if you understand how to talk to influencers and go out there and start having those high-level conversations, which I'm going to help you with here in this episode. Now, I'm going to give you some scripts. I'm going to give you ways to approach these influencers so they pay attention to you. And if you guys know, in every episode of Tanya Aliza TV, I like to equip you with a free resource that goes with the episode that will help you. Now, today, since we're talking all about influencer recruiting, I've put together my influencers recruiting script book for you guys to download absolutely free. So we'll talk a lot about some of the scripts here, but I dive a little bit deeper in my script book. And if you like the influencer script book that I put together for you for free that goes with this episode, you can head on over to tanyaaliza.com/162 and you can pick it up on the blog. That link will take you to my blog post where you'll see this video, and then right below this video, you'll see a big yellow button. If you click that button, you can request access to my influencer script book absolutely free. So make sure to pick it up because it goes perfectly with this episode here. Let's dive in. There's a couple things that you have to consider when you're reaching out to an influencer. Number one, they're busy and they value their time, especially if they're really, really rocking their business or brand on social media. So when you talk to them, you really want to get to the point. And you also have to consider that all these influencers probably have a ton of people that are reaching out to them on a daily basis. So when you reach out, definitely use my influencer script book to help you stand out with your approach when reaching out to these influencers. And again, I'll give you some tips here, but just think of that as a good rule of thumb. They're busy. You've got to stand out because a lot of people are probably going to be messaging them every day. And another thing to consider when you're reaching out to them, make it all about them and their people and not about you at all. So you are coming into their world helping to serve them. And the biggest thing that's important to them besides themselves is their followers, is their fan base, is their subscriber base. So your goal is to come in as their hero and help them really entertain their fan base with good, valuable products or services and information, and then also transition that into a way that you can help the brand and help the influencer monetize or add an additional revenue stream to what it is that they're doing. So think about it being all about them and not about you at all. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to do your research on the influencer. Go and check out their websites, check out what they post, check out what they're into, try to figure out how they're currently monetizing their brand. You want to do a deep dive. You never want to show up inside of an influencer's inbox without you really truly understanding what it is that they're doing. That's going to make you stand out from everybody else that's just hitting them up for promos and things like that. Really find out about them, learn about them, go to their about section on their blog or their social media channel and find out about them. A cool thing that you can also do is find out a common interest that maybe you guys share as a reason for starting the conversation with them when you send them the first message. Now, you'll see the way that I start conversation inside the influencer script book that we have with this episode. But what I like to do is I like to compliment them. I like to start out by saying hello and then tell them something awesome that I see that they're doing with their brand or their content. That's always a great way to start the conversation. And then what I want to do is I want to segue into the money question right away, and I want to get to the point. So I'll say, hey, listen, the reason why I'm connecting is, and then I let them know, look, I see that your audience might be absolutely perfect and might really find a lot of value in my products and services that we rep and promote. It could also add a really hot revenue stream to you and your brand. But most importantly, I really want to make you look like a rock star with your people and help you serve them even more. Would you at all be open to setting up a quick 10-minute conversation where we could discuss what that possibly could look like for you and your audience? Now, I dive a lot deeper on this topic in my influencers recruiting script book, so make sure to pick that up. Now, in some scenarios, I've had people say, well, Tanya, with an influencer, do you send them samples if you have a product that you can sample? And my answer is, it depends. If you really truly think that that would close or help your sale or help your recruit, then yes, you can go ahead and do that, but you only want to send samples with a purpose. And I got a really good episode that you might want to tune into if you're thinking about product sampling that will help you product sample with a purpose so you're not wasting money or time with product sampling. And so when you're on the blog at tanyaaliza.com/162, in the show notes for that episode, I'll link to the previous episode where I teach you how to do proper product sampling so you don't waste time and you don't waste money. Question of the week. Who are some of your favorite influencers that you know of right now that could be perfect for your product, service, or business? I want to hear who they might be. Drop them like it's hot in the comment section below. And then I challenge you today, pick up my influencer script book and use that strategy to go and start conversations with these influencers immediately. Go and do it right now. So, did you get some value out of today's episode? I truly hope you did. Thank you so much for joining me here on Tanya Aliza TV. If you can think of anybody else that would find this information and training useful, somebody like your team or some of your leadership, then make sure to like or smash the share button above, below, or around this video, and I'll see you on the next episode of Tanya Aliza TV.